Hi everybody, it's Will NY4, and I'm here today on Sirius 1 about to show you how to build this factory to mass produce meds. But just like the one I did the other day for producing chems, my alter ego over there is sitting there, is not happy. So what's your problem today, Will? Well, my problem is very similar to the last time, Will. You have spent a lot of effort over the months and done a lot of videos on building factories to make the hard goods that we see up there, like titanium fuel rods and all those other great products. And now we're off involved in chems and meds. What's the reason for this? Well, Will, it's very simple. It's the same argument as the last time. Yes, I did a lot of work building outposts and factories for hard goods. I think I showed you the pictures the last time, didn't I? I mean, here's the one in which I went to ZeeOgre 1. The problem with this outpost, although it was very productive, is that like 150 fabricators and containers, it was really overwhelming, and it started to affect how quickly I could play the game. Sure, I remember that factory, and it was terrific, but you're right. There were some problems with it, and it finally crashed, I guess, because of all the processing that was going on there. But didn't you come up with another system to do the same thing with less trouble and cheaper? Yes, Will. I redid that factory and put it here on Charybdis 5 that has the same time ratios as Sirius 1 where we are today. That's 1 to 100. And the way that I set this one up, as you can see, it has all of the fabricators, but they are divided by each individual product. They all have what's necessary to build one of the 30 products. So there's 30 tiles there, each with fabricators on them. I used the same distribution system, which remember looks like this. And it worked very well. But to maintain something like that, I mean, there are 20 planets. I don't know how many cargo links there were, probably 25 or 30 of them. And it was profitable, but it was not as profitable as the meds and chems scheme. All right, let's start with the charts. We talked about the hard goods over there, and last week we went over chems and aids. Today we're doing meds. So the outpost and the factory that I built here on Sirius 1 produces 25 products with an average value of 363 credits, and that's the buy price. Of course, everything in Starfield is discounted. When you sell it, it's only 20% of that value. But anyway, relatively speaking, it gives you the picture. And some of them are extremely valuable, like Panacea, for example. And the meds that are marked with colors require meds to build them. So it's not just raw materials connected with the fabricators. So 25 products, 363 average value. It only requires 14 materials, 11 organic and 3 inorganic, as you can see. Yes, we've gone over this before, but it begs the question of why are we actually doing another one on meds? You just did 3 or 5 videos on doing meds. Why do we need another one now? I don't know that our subscribers really appreciate this back and forth like this. But okay, let's take a look at this chart. So this compares the two different mods which I have been highlighting. The first is called Manufacturing Meds and Chems by Betamax 76. And as you can see, I list the 12 meds. There are also 2 chems in that mod, but we talked about that last week. This week, we're talking about meds. So again, in red, these are products that require you to build additional products and combine with them to get the final product, if you know what I mean. The average value from that mod is 197 credits. It did take 12 materials, 10 organic and 2 organic. Now, the advantage of that mod for a lot of you guys is it's available on Xbox as well as PC. Outpost Ultimate Tweaks by CenterPat is only, for now, available on PC, but he tells me that he's working hard on getting this to creations. So just by contrast, here we're making 25 products, 363 credits, the average value. We only need a couple more materials, one inorganic and one organic, in order to produce all those 25 products. Now, there is another aspect to this, which I'm going to have to discuss with you, and you can't tell anybody about it. There is also a way to make some of these meds that you see at the bottom. The ones that I've marked in red, actually I can do, and I'm going to show you how to do that in the next video. It does require some very funky manipulations in order for it to happen. We have to make Kazan-Bass oil, and CenterPat's given us a fabricator to do that. We also have to pick me up at Steve. There are some other things. I'm not going to get into it now. I would love to find a way to make black hole, heart, all those heart medications which you see have the highest values, but they require alien genetic material. And so far, there is no one is making a system that can allow you to harvest those or make them. You can buy them and you can pick them up from animals, but that is not exactly what we're doing when we're making a factory, right? The first mods you can see above is Manufacturing Meds and Chems by Betamax 76. The second one is Ultimate Tweaks and Add-ons by CenterPat. I will leave links, of course, to these in the description below. Okay, I'm saying goodbye to my alter ego. I'm just going to get right down to business here. Well, this is the factory. All 25 meds are being created right here, manufactured. And when they're finished, they go into the storage containers that you see behind each of these fabrication stations, which are, of course, very different from what we're used to. I'm standing on a transfer container, which is showing vast quantities of materials coming in that are then linked to these fabricators. And the reason why there's so many of them is that because of the local to universal time ratio, every hour that we spend here gabbing and walking around, I'm getting 100 hours of production from out in the field. And these machines are producing 100 hours of product. So it's really something. Let me show you what the actual plan and the layout of this outpost is. Well, here's a chart of what I built here. The products are on the left-hand side, all 25 of them. Then we have the different ingredients. The bolds are actually finished products themselves that get added back to make the final finished product. Then the values are on the right. Now, something that's interesting about this, you'll see tremendous amount of similarities. Membrane and antimicrobial and analgesic kind of in the middle of the chart. And along with the kits, the trauma pack, emergency kit, and the med pack all use membrane and antimicrobial. So there's a lot of overlap, which is great. At the bottom are the planets that I'm using here. There's only 4 of them. And luckily, I was able to find ones in which we only have greenhouses. So there's no animals, no ranches. If you're looking forward to that, you have to go back to my previous video. It's just greenhouses, which makes everything a lot easier. So let's go down and take a look at the actual machines and how they work. So here is the key to CenterPat's great system. He's taken the pharmaceutical workbench, which we've all seen, and added a console to the front of it. And that console is programmed like all the other consoles that you've seen. And here is that you could just see that this one is set up for MedPack. That only requires membrane and antimicrobial. That's easy. But let's look at this one, Panacea. I love Panacea. It requires emergency kit and Heart Plus along with the specific materials. So I could have gone back and linked all these things together up to here, but instead I just built separate benches for iHeart Plus and Emergency Kit. So they are then linked to this final quote-unquote fabricator. And here you see I have almost 4,000 Panaceas. And I'm going to have to take some of those out. So that's the same for each of these meds. And if we go down to the end and kind of jump up, it's just the easiest way to see what's happening. It's trauma pack, snake oil. Now, obviously, the things that are just simple manufacturing have more quantities than the ones that require a lot of processing, like Boudicca here. But bandages, that's just piece of cake, bandages. So we just go down and you can see. I mean, I have thousands of these things. So before the tax man comes, I guess I should go and take some profits, huh? I don't know. Let me go up and show you what it looks like from above. Here's our 4 cargo links: Schrodinger III, Zelazny III, Alpha Andraste III, and Bel I. So they're bringing in way more than I could possibly use. And if you were really looking at this in a more business-like way, you would dispense with some of these low-ranked ones, just build the expensive ones and build multiple copies of them and let the thousands and thousands of credits roll in. But this is a lot of fun like this way. So let's go out and take a look at the sites. Well, here we are on Bel I. I've never been to this system before. This is very nice. I always, if I can, build my organic systems in these cold places because there are fewer animals here that can bother things. But anyway, here is, I have 2 greenhouses for analgesic, 2 of them for antimicrobial, 2 of them for structural, and then I also get carboxylic acids here. And I guess I have 2 of these. Oh, that's the water for the greenhouses. So not much to see here. I guess if I was really frugal, I'd come back and knock out one of those greenhouses because I don't need 2 big ones. So let's go on to the next place. This is Schrodinger III. And here we have metabolic agent. Again, 2 of those. 2 fibers. And 2 toxins. And then I think I have chlorine over here. Yep. And this is a great site to also get argon because we're on the dividing line between 2 biomes. I think that I can probably show that. Yeah, there's argon. Okay, let's see where we go next. Well, another winter wonderland here on Zelazny III. Couple membranes, couple structural, couple immunostimulant. Well, while we're here, I want to show you another feature of Outpost Ultimate Tweaks. If I open up and go into build mode and look at extractors, I can extract water vapor, argon, water, and that's it. There you see these items, nano extractors. What this is, if you've done the research, you can take a nano extractor for cesium, for example, and just plop it down, and it will start to manufacture cesium. And why can it do that? Because cesium is on the planet. And in the lore of Centerpat's universe, These can burrow deep down into the earth, yeah, below the surface, and capture minerals wherever they are in the planet. So that's something that is also extremely useful. While we're here, also for my scanning, I've mentioned before the domesticate all flora mod. Well, Centerpat's taken that and taken it one step further, in which you can domesticate fauna as well. Now, of course, as I said, I've gone to this place where there's no animals, so I can't really demonstrate that. So let me go to another location now. I'll try that out, because there's not much here that I haven't already taken. Oh, there's a plant over there or something. Let's see what that is. Okay, this is a plant I haven't scanned before. It's blue. So one scan and there it is. And it's also hallucinogen, which I don't need at this planet because I'm getting it elsewhere. But we'll go and we'll see if we can find a plant where I can find an animal to demonstrate that. Well, we're here in Alpha Andraste III, and I found my perfect animal. So the Trident Scavenger, now outpost production allowed, and he would provide cosmetic. Okay, well, let's go back to my outpost now that I've given that advertisement for how great this mod is. And why don't I go up into overhead mode, and you can see what we have here. Sedative, sealant, and biosuppressant, all connected up with their cargo link going back to Sirius 1. So I think that's it. 4 planets. Not bad, right? Okay, I hope you enjoyed the little tour around the universe. Please, if you've liked the video, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And I will let you know when my next video is coming out, which is on how to make Aurora and some of those undercover illegal drugs. Of course, I'm not endorsing that. And again, thanks to Centerpet for a great mod. I mean, I've only scratched the surface. There's really dozens and dozens of things to do and thousands of objects that you can play with here. So I really would recommend it. So I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.